fixing the hall, trying to arrange everything, and to put on the platform that look, I'm the first person to reach here as the doctor today.
Hmm.
This go they say 10 o'clock, you are coming 10 o'clock. Next time, wait until around 11. I said, then why you put 10?
Can you imagine?
Why can't we put the 11 to the 11?
Oh, they thought everybody is African time like them.
Me
Oh,
to
no, no.
that's why I'm in fact. I'm not even if I
Ah, there was one organized by the female law students, so I was to give them talk. So I got to the platform, nothing, started sending messages to the organizer, the hosts. Mm. It was around quarter to the end of the program because it's supposed to run from I think 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I came in, I waited till 15 minutes to 9. I did not see anybody. I was able to call somebody, and they said they are calling the organizer, but she's not picking. So when they eventually got the organizer, the organizer told me that she was sleeping, that she forgot. Yes, you're welcome. Network is tight. She didn't mind. You're welcome. I see. Oh, Rashida, welcome back. My sister Vic, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We can unmute and talk. Chidema, we can unmute and talk. You were asking about the CPD points. Chidema, unmute yourself and talk. Okay. Rashida, welcome back. I think the network today is not friendly. Hello, Rashida, can you hear me? Can you people hear me? Oh my God. Not today, not today. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, ma. I can hear you, ma.
Okay.
Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Okay. Alice, welcome.
Thank you, Your Worship.
This is somewhere I can see you. You're welcome. Chidem, mute and talk. I was just telling you about something.
Thank you.
Merci. Yeah,
Thank
Merci.
you, Your
Welcome.
Worship.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can
Merci. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can
Yes.
hear you.
All right. All right. We'll start. While others join us, we have to start, right? Or do we wait till 7:15?
Yes, Your Worship.
No, we are going to start. My Lord joined us. My Lord Roots, okay. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. We cannot keep my Lord waiting, so we are going to start. Rashida? Rashida, are you there? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Your Worship.
Okay. Rashida, you're muted. Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself because we're about to start. All right, let me welcome everybody to this webinar. I think that the network is really giving problems this evening, but I know we will all conquer in Jesus' name. So thank you and welcome to Our Lego Journey. Our Lego Journey is a monthly program.
Amen.
Where we bring you real life stories from extraordinary women in law. Stories of triumphs against the odds, hard-fought victories, and lessons learned along the way. These narratives not only resonate, but also ignite hope, encouraging women in the profession to find their voice and strength. So you're welcome to our Lego Journey of January 2026 special edition. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry that for some time we are unable to bring you a Lego Journey. It has been from one thing and the other, but I promise you we are back bigger and better now. So you're welcome to our Lego Journey. Today in our Lego Journey, we'll be featuring an Amazon, a woman in law that is doing wonderfully well. I use that word wonderfully well because of where she is coming from. We all know how the country is and how each particular place behaves. I actually served in Jigawa State and I know what it means to be a woman and to raise your voice, because once you talk where men are, there, you'll be seen as you're raising your voice. So let us all welcome Rashidat Mohammed Esquire. And briefly, I will give you her profile. Rashidat Mohammed Esquire, popularly known as the Bogu woman. She doesn't joke with that name. Bogu woman is a distinguished legal practitioner, human rights advocate, and gender inclusive champion. She hails from Kama local government area of Kwara State, Nigeria, where she was born in the mid-1980s. As the youngest of 6 children in the family of Mr. Adams Mohammed, she obtained her primary school certificate in 1997 and senior school certificate in 2003 in Kaima, Kwara State. Driven by a passion for justice and public service, she relocated to Sokoto to pursue. Oh, can you hear me now, Rashida? On mute. Let's see if it. Can you hear me now? Rashida, on mute. On mute. Let's see if it will be better. Sorry about that. Okay, she obtained her, okay, moving ahead. Driven by a passion for justice and public service, she relocated to Sokoto State to pursue legal education at the College of Legal and Islamic Studies, Sokoto, earning a diploma in civil law 2006 and an advanced diploma in civil law in 2009. She later obtained a Bachelor of Laws, LLB Hons, from Usman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto in 2012 and was called to the Nigerian Bar in 2013 after completing her professional training at the Nigerian Law School, Abuja campus. Rashidat Mohammed is the principal partner of Rashidat Mohammed and Co., Rahama Law Chamber, the first female-owned law firm in Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states. She is the first female chairman of Nigerian Bar Association, Sokoto branch, and currently serving as a permanent commissioner too of the Sokoto State Law Reform Commission and chief legal officer, coordinator of the National Human Rights Commission, Sokoto State Office. Please mute yourself. Oh, Sekunda, mute yourself, Sekunda, so that you talk to them. Oh my God, Rashida is out again. Okay, we'll go ahead while we hope she will join us. I think the network is not really good where Rashida is. Okay. Her leadership experience spans numerous professional and advocacy platforms, including the NBA Women Forum, NBA Human Rights Institute, FIDA, Mulan, and the Sokoto State Administrator of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee. She's also the co-chair of the Sokoto State Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Child Protection Response Team, GBV/CPRT, and the coordinator of the Legal Advocacy Response to Drugs Initiative, LADI Sokoto State Chapter. A seasoned facilitator and master trainer with Search for Common Ground and Plan International. She also serves as a project officer with the Sultan Foundation for Peace and Development, working on initiatives aimed at preventing gender-based violence. She played a pivotal role in stakeholders' advocacy, leading to the passage of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition VAP law and the Sokoto State Child Protection Law, as well as reforms in the administration of criminal justice in the state. With over a decade of experience in human rights advocacy, legal reform, and gender justice programming, Rashida has received numerous awards and recognitions for her leadership, humanitarian service, and enduring impact. She is an ordinary woman doing extraordinary things, reshaping leadership and redefining possibility for women and girls. I don't even know how to say it, but the network is not favorable to Rashida. She's not here, but we hope he will join us and receive the applause we're going to give to her. The network today is something else. My Lord, thank you for joining us. Joyce, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. We are having network glitch, and Rashida was out, I think, because of network. Yeah. She actually dropped a comment. She complained that the network is poor and she wasn't hearing me. Well, hopefully she will join us again and we'll continue. So how are you all doing? How's everyone?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right. You are through from the church. You said something about being in church earlier. Oh God. Okay, Rashida is back.
I'm back. Oh,
Oh, my sister.
I'm sorry for the
We
itches. You know our Nigerian network, especially we in Sokoto, because of bandits, we don't used to have stable network. Sometimes they will
okay.
just quit it for like 2, 3 hours in a day. They will tell you that bandits and DSS are fighting in the bush, or bandits and the military officers. So we have been having network challenges, sha.
Hi, welcome back. Welcome. I just finished reading
Thank
the
you.
profile of the Bogu woman, the extraordinary woman doing the ordinary woman doing extraordinary things. Welcome back. Welcome.
Thank
Let
you.
us dive.
Yeah.
Let us go straight into the program.
God
Um,
bless.
Rashida, in our one of the participants here
Again,
is a
no.
high court judge. So, my Lord, once again, we welcome you to her legal journey tonight. Welcome, my Lord Ruth. Okay. All right. While others join us, I think we have to go straight to the point. Yes, Rashida, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So let's take it up from here. Please, can you share with us what inspired you to pursue a career in law?
Okay, good evening, my Lord. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here this night to share my journey with like minds, and I hope that at the end of the day, I'll be able to inspire a younger generation of female lawyers to put in their best and explore the legal profession. I would say I became a lawyer by destiny. I think I shared this story somewhere when I was called upon to also make a presentation. As a child, I know I was very outspoken, and then I have this ability of standing firm for my decisions and my beliefs as a child. Even while in schools, I have those potentials, but I wasn't seeing myself as someone who will join the legal profession. That is why I said it was just a destiny. I was actually a science student all through. And then when I registered for my NECO, my parents actually want me to, in those days, and some parents still have those beliefs up to now, that the medical profession is the best profession, and that's where money is and all that. So I was a science student, not because I was even good in science. I didn't like the courses, but because that is what my especially my mom want me to go to medical line. And then in our school, you register for 2 exams. Of course, there is everywhere in Nigeria, WAEC and NECO. So my
Yes.
my NECO was where they made a mistake in my result and all that. So at the end of the day, I found myself with hard courses.
Hello, we can't hear you again.
And then I did well in the hard courses. Then you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
I gained admission in Offer Tech. I'm actually from Kwara State. So I gained admission in Offer Technology. Unfortunately, I could not raise the school fees. So the year passed by, I couldn't enroll in any of the higher institutions. And a friend of mine came, then he heard that I lost my mom and he came visiting because he was schooling in Sokoto.
Oh, yes, we can't hear you again. Okay. Rashid, are you still there? Hello. Oh my God. Rashidat is out again.
I'm back.
Oh,
Oh, please bear with me.
hope. No
I'm
problem. We
back. Please
understand.
bear with me. So, like I was
Thank you.
saying, it was through a friend. That is why I said it's a destiny. A friend jokingly asked me, now that you couldn't raise money to go to Ofire Tech, what do you intend to do? I said, oh, I've even raised the money as at that time, but the admission has already closed, registration has closed, and I was tired of staying at home doing nothing. Though I was into fashion designing, but I felt I need to be in one of the institutions. So at that point, I wasn't sure. All I wanted was to just go to school. Everybody in my village were like, oh,
You need to maintain the place you wear because I don't know what used to take the network out. Okay.
so hello.
Yes, I can. We can hear you.
Okay. So that was why a friend advised me that I should write jam because I never heard of jam then. A friend that my friend that was in Sokoto then now he came home for a break and he was like, why not write jam? I said jam okay. He guided me, he told me because I never heard of jam before. That was my first time of hearing that word jam. The school I went to, community schools, there were no mentors, there were no really guidance like that we put it through. So I became aware of jam and I wrote my first jam. I failed. And that's almost I felt too bad about it because I actually needed to leave my village then. Then the same person told me, why not come to College of Legal and Islamic Studies, Sokoto? I said, what is it about? He told me that it's a diploma in law program and then you will be good in law. I was like, no, I would prefer to go for mass communication because I love anything that will make me speak for people, especially the voiceless. I see myself as someone that can stand and defend people and defend what is right.
Sokoto network, leave us alone now. Leave us alone. Let's do this thing. Okay, while we wait for Rashida to come back, I want to welcome Sumaya Yusuf. Thank you for joining us. Susie Ann Mbo, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Please bear with us. The network is really not good, but I think is worse where Rashida is. Their network is not very good. So let us be patient a little while she joins us back. Um, what are you going to be doing while we wait for her? Very poor. The network is very poor, my lord. I don't know, 4 days today. The network is very poor. Very poor. I wish it will allow us to at least get to a certain stage. And this program is live. I don't know what I'm doing here. You need to the other one now. Just continue. Really, the network is generally bad, but oh, Let's see what we can do. This is taking longer than necessary. Oh. Okay. Just to brief the House about what we're doing, the program is actually designed by Ebonyi State, MBAWF Ebonyi State chapter. MBAWF is Nigerian Bar Association Women Forum, Ebonyi State chapter. So it's termed Her Legal Journey. Here we invite people, women in law, that have their stories to tell, that would like to share their stories to encourage the younger ones. Encourage the younger ones to know more about what studying law is all about, and how they were able to overcome the challenges for some that have some challenges. So we are today listening to Rashidat Mohammed, the chairman of MBA Sokoto branch.
I have to connect to all my. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm not using 2 phones and 1 laptop. The other phones have reviewed all the networks. I just pray this one way. At least give something to be able to round up.
Yeah, it's all right. We pray so.
Thank you. So, be working on this one. When it come up, let me know. So I'm sorry about that. My apologies to everyone. I didn't foresee this.
Oh, sorry about that.
Eh?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay, your worship. Oh.
Yes.
So if you can hear me, let's just manage it like that. So like I was saying, I said a friend of mine introduced me to JAM and I wrote it. I didn't pass the JAM, so he advised I start a diploma program in law, where I was reluctant because I thought mass communication will give me the platform I need to defend the right. I mean, to stand for what is right, and also it will give me the platform to speak up for women and children, because my concern was women and children, how they are being maltreated in our societies, how we have normalized we have normalized some illegality concerning women and children. So my mindset was, oh, mass communication will be, because I thought they are the only people that have audience. They are the only people that can speak and people will listen to things like that. So when I told him this, he said no, that even law, with explanation to him, law would be the best thing for me to study if exactly that is what I wanted. I said, how? He said, yes, that when you study mass com, all you can do is to come out and speak. But when you study law, you can file cases, you can pursue it, you can fight it to the court and even get justice for those people. And I didn't, at that point, I considered going for diploma in law, and then he helped me to then study in Sokoto too, at the university. I purchased the form. It was got late admission, and I joined them while they were. So what I needed is law, not what I've been thinking I would be good at. And I pick interest in law. So even when I was in that diploma program, I wrote JAM twice. I passed the two JAMs. I couldn't get admission in the university. So I rounded up the diploma and then I came back again. I had advanced diploma in law in the same school. So it was after the advanced diploma I gained admission in the university, but I was given a different course. So I bought a change of course form because at that point I was already prepared. I was determined to study law. A lot of people try to discourage me because they said university will only collect your money. Nobody is another way or means of extorting money from students. So they don't change course. You are giving a course. If you don't like it, you apply for change of course. They may not even give you the want, and they will still not leave the one you are given. So, but because of that, because of how I understood law, I to pursue this action. So I bought the first farm and I got married. I did mission. And now because of I never had meeting a lawyer or working with a lawyer, but it's just destiny that I am going to study law. And
Okay.
I found myself in
Wow.
faculty of law.
Wow.
Today I am a
Wow.
lawyer. So
Wow. 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 That's a very touching story, very inspiring, honestly. But the explanation will come next time.
go with this one.
Please, the next question is: Have you encountered gender bias or discrimination in your career, and how did you confront it? How did you handle it?
The issue of gender bias or stereotype or discrimination, I won't say is not limited to the legal profession. I think right from my teenagehood, when I was struggling as a student, or even when I was from my community, I've seen series of gender biases, and even as a female child from my house, I think I'm the first female to have gone to university, and that also came with a lot of challenges because I was supposed to get married immediately after my secondary school. And then I actually want to go to school and I insisted I must go to school. And I violated that principle and let me say that rules guiding my immediate family. Now, while
Yes.
I was in school, hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Yes. So while in school, I won't say I face challenges or gender bias in school. I've observed certain things in school that even in the faculty of law, you see that most activities, male students are being carried along in most activities than the female student. I observed that. But I'm glad to tell you guys now that in university, in Danfodio University, Faculty of Law, even the last Law Student Association president was a female, and the current
Wow.
one, I think so. But I know we have gone past that because it is no longer happening. In fact, you see female law students in most faculty activities than the male law student now compared to our time. And in the legal profession of my career as a lawyer per se, honestly, there are a lot of gender bias, but me, I don't see them as anything too serious. For me, it's an opportunity to grow. While
Okay.
I was with my principal wasn't really biased. My principal would only want to work with somebody who is willing to work. So even if you're a
Good.
female, as long as you are willing to work, he will carry you along. But as women, sometimes even when the biases are not obvious, there's a way we create it for ourselves. At
Yeah.
least nobody stopped me from going to court. I was never denied an audience because I'm a woman or I'm a female lawyer. but we tend to be reluctant as women when it comes to doing those things that men are actually doing to excel. You know, if you look at the legal profession, most women after graduation, after court to bar, they start practice, and before you know it, they get a job somewhere else and leave litigation. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but we are living because once they are not in the circle or in the field, in the space, it seems it's like we're leaving it for the men, that it is the men that can do it and let them remain there. You hear female lawyers saying that, let me find a job where I can quietly work and get paid and go, without realizing that the society even needs female lawyers now more than they need more lawyers. Because like I said earlier, the rate at which women are being violated in this country, it will take a man with good heart and the man with genuine intentions to even stand and get justice for them, because they do not have anything to offer. They don't have what it takes to get justice. Justice, to some extent, is expensive. Litigation is expensive. But when we have female lawyers actually working in the field, we will be able to at least provide free legal services to those women, irrespective of the challenges. I would say when I established my law firm, um, the first six months of establishing my law firm, I do not have I didn't get a client, but it didn't bother me because I know there's always a starting point and then it's a gradual process. What I did was I started visiting correctional center, correctional service, and I picked few pro bono cases. And through those cases, people saw what I'm capable of doing. People saw what I have to offer, and they started engaging me. I know of a client who actually engaged my principal then. While I was in that office, I was the one handling his case. And when I left the office and established my own, he went and collected his case file and insisted that I'll be the one that will continue with his cases. So sometimes it's not about men discriminating us, but it's about us giving them the space, giving them the opportunity to do that. There's a way we can stand and fight this discrimination. It will always be there. I remember while I was still with my principal, a client insisted that a female lawyer should not handle his case, that he doubts if the female lawyer will be able to address the court properly. And I was wondering, is it that I wasn't audible enough, or the judge will not listen to me? The guy just told my principal that he wasn't comfortable me going to court. And that time I was even pregnant. So my principal was actually handling the case until one fateful day that he could not make it. He had an emergency, and then he asked me to go and appear. In fact, that was when I earned my first 10,000 naira in practice. That was the first time I got 10,000. So we went to the court, and you know, the lawyer on the other side, who happened to be a very senior lawyer, my lecturer and all that, and he stood up, he wanted to intimidate me by even telling me that I should sit down. I said, my lord, with this respect, I will not sit down. I'm addressing the court, not the lawyer, and it's only the court that have the right to shut me up in this court. And the man was like, go on, go on. My lord was like, go on, go on. So I moved my motion, and to my surprise, it was granted. In fact, the instruction I had from my principal was I should go and take a date. When I studied the case file, I thought this is something I can do now. After all, is either they grant it or they reject it. There's no. So I took that risk and I moved that motion, and it was granted. When we came out of the court, the client was like, okay, madam, are you leaving? I said, yeah, because I know he doesn't like me. He doesn't like the fact that I came to court. So I didn't want to even I didn't want to engage in any conversation. So I was ahead of him. I was already few steps ahead. And he followed me, said, why are you in rush to go to the office? I said, sir, can't you see the way I'm looking? I'm exhausted. I want to go and rest. He brought out an envelope and gave it to me. It was 100 naira new notes, and it was 10,000 naira. So I went back to the office. I told my principal. He smiled and said he was proud of me, and that was it. So I didn't be because I was asked to take go and take a date and I took that date, the man will still believe that I have nothing to offer. And I will have blocked the chances of other female lawyers that will have met that he will meet in future, because that impression will be there that female lawyers have nothing to offer or they cannot handle cases very well. I don't believe there's anything a woman cannot do. It depends on the woman herself. So there is always challenges. There are discriminations. There are challenges, especially in the legal profession, especially in litigation, because sometimes when you stand up to talk, even the judges, the way they look at you, sometimes your colleagues, because they thought you are soft, you're a woman and you are soft-hearted, let them use that opportunity to intimidate you and get what they want from you. But one thing I always tell female lawyers that, but immediately you step into this profession or into the courtroom, you are no longer a woman. It's good to be a woman, and it's good to explore feminine energy, to express feminine energy. But then once it has to do with your work, forget about what you carry as a woman. You are a man. You are beyond. So do it professionally, the way other people are doing it, and stop seeing yourself as a woman or as a man. You have equal rights as that man that is appearing. You have equal right to audience. You have equal right to whatever right he thinks he has. And then don't let them notice your weak points as being a woman. Okay, you don't want to talk to a man anyhow. No, that man you are talking to at that particular time is your colleague, is your mate.
Exactly.
Even if it's your senior by age and senior, yeah, you respect. Respect in our profession is one thing we don't joke with. But that doesn't mean you should put yourself in a space where you'll be regarded as someone who is unworthy of of exploring this profession. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rashida. I have a lot of stories to tell about what you just said when you were explaining how your family expected you to get married after secondary school. I'll tell you something that happened when I was 7. But before then, let me take this question. What was your major victory as a lawyer, and how did it shape your career? Your major victory that you say every time, it would always be in your mind.
Okay, I think what propelled me to establish law firm was actually to provide free legal services to women and children. Because while I was with my principal, there are some cases, especially rape cases, I wouldn't want to defend anybody that is alleged to have raped a girl or a woman. It doesn't matter whether the person is not guilty or not, because everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. But I defended the rape case, and then the man was actually discharged, but it kept on haunting me. And because of that single act, I told myself I'm going to make it up to the girl by providing free legal services to women and children. And I would never defend any rape case. So I established my law firm. And there was this 4-year-old girl.
Okay, ma.
This one went off the 20.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually sorry for that, ma. I handled the case in 2018.
Mute one of your devices.
Okay, mute that one. Bring it. Okay, fine. So there was a 4-year-old girl that was raped in 2018. And the parent of that girl were remanded. What happened was they were neighbors, and the man sent the girl to buy something. When the girl came back, he raped her, and the girl came out and cried to her mom. The woman saw blood and saw everything, but she wasn't aware, and she cleaned up the mess, took the girl to her husband. Her husband was a security guard somewhere. So her husband now took the girl and her mother to I think police station somewhere. So the police came looking for this man. He ran out. They couldn't find him. Then after a while, this man came with civil defense officers, and they arrested the woman and her husband on the alleged of the defamation of character, alleged offense of defamation of character. So these people were taken to Sharia courts and they were remanded to prison custody. The next day, I went to Sharia court. No, on that very day, I went to Sharia court for something else and I saw them. But while I was coming to the court, they were going out. And I heard somebody saying that they'll be taken to a prison. So I asked questions and I came to realize that their daughter was raped, and because they raised alarm, the man said his character was defamed, and he decided to maybe scare them. Maybe he thought when he took them to prison, they will withdraw the case and all that. So at that point, I went back to my office. I contacted a few people. I was confused on what to do. And then I went back to the Sharia court judge. I met him in chambers. I told him that I'm here for this case and I want to apply for their bail. Of course, it's bailable. And then he said I should go and come back. But before I came back, immediately he released them because he sensed the way and manner I approach him, he sensed something is going to happen. So he released them. And then I got their contact. I told them that no, this matter cannot go like this. We have to do something about it. So I filed a direct criminal complaint to the magistrate court, and then he was served. Now, the day of the hearing, he engaged a very senior lawyer, one of the best lawyers we have in Sokoto. And to my surprise, this man did not come to court. His lawyer came. I was in court and I saw his lawyer. We greeted. And then at a point he went out, he came back and asked me, which case was I there for? And I told him that it was this matter. And he said, no, that the court will not be sitting in courtroom. The court will be sitting in the chambers. I was like, what? In chambers? How comes as a party, in fact, as someone that even filed the direct criminal complaint, I wasn't informed. So I went to the courtroom and the magistrate, now a judge, told me that yes, that he was going to sit in chambers. And I said, okay, no problem. So I went out, I called, because from there I sensed that the case is not going to go the way it ought to go. There's going to be a lot of compromise, and at the end of the day, both the woman and I are going to suffer. So what I did was I engaged the media. I called, because of my activism and also my activities with the NGOs, I have collaboration with I'm partnering with a lot of media houses. So I engage NTA, RTV, Vision FM, all the media houses that I know. I have their numbers. I just come to social court. A girl of 4 years old was raped and something is about to happen. So at the end of the day, we had about 4 different media houses at the entrance of the court. And I went back inside. I told the magistrate that, okay, I'm now ready for the case. And then, however, there are other people that are also interested parties in this case, and they would like to be present while you hear this direct criminal complaint. He said, who are they? I said, they are media personnel. He said, what? We invited them. I said, of course I did. Because this case is like a public interest case. Rape is becoming prevalent in our society. And a girl of 4 years old was raped. An innocent, naive girl, and her parents were also remanded for offense they did not commit. I think the world needs to know what is happening. At that point, the magistrate said, no, that I should allow him to dress. He's coming to the courtroom. He's going to sit in an open court. So when I went out, I had that senior lawyer telling his client that, there is a big problem, that the client should be coming now. And you know why he doesn't want to appear before the court? Because he was the chairman of PDP party, chairman of one local government then. So the media houses came, and then we had the matter in an open court. It was just transferred to state CID for investigation. Even at that state CID, a lot of things played out and everything. But at the end of the day, this man was remanded. The case went on. Everything went on smoothly, even though it was difficult. There were threats. There were a lot of offers. I remember in this same office, a colleague came to give me 400,000 that time. I blasted it. I threatened to also expose him. He left. So many things happened in between. And I stood firm that this woman and her daughter, and do you know that those people, at the point they almost gave up. They came to me that they saw how I'm going through a lot of stress and threat, that if they shouldn't come and be a burden on me, that why not I should just give that they are ready to let go. I should give. I asked them, have you in any way collected money? Because I know I had the experience of women I'll be doing cases for, and they will go and collect money behind me and they will tell me they are no interest. So I asked them, the woman swear that wallahi, she did not collect 1 naira from anybody. She's just pitying me. I told her not to pity me. That even if this is the last case I'm going to handle, that I prefer to die handling this case than to give up on this matter. So everything went on smoothly and the man was remanded. And to my surprise, after like 2 months, the woman came looking for me to appreciate me. And guess what he brought? What she brought, rather, she brought locust beans. And there's something we call me and kadi. It's a powdered soup. It's one powder, green powder. They call it me and kadi in Hausa. It's a soup. And this incense, this turare wuta, she brought it to tell me thank you. Now, when I look at that woman, I collected the gift and I bought into tears because it shows how much they appreciate me, and that is the only thing they have to offer. I don't know what that woman will, the impression she will have against lawyers and the judge and the system, if because what she told me was that if it is one day that man spent in the prison, that she has she has gotten justice, that for that man to spend even his 1 day in prison, that she has gotten justice. And because of that, she's calling to tell me thank you. And I shouldn't bother myself doing anything about the case again as long as the man is in prison. She was so happy. And the case was so celebrated in Sokoto and all that. And it was one of the cases that also brought me to the timeline. Like people came to know me through that case. And up to now, if I remember that case, I used to be happy. And there's this fulfillment I get that, oh, once in my lifetime, I got justice for the people who are considered the least of people in the society. They are very vulnerable and they are considered as least of, because the husband is a security guard somewhere. The woman wash clothes for people to earn a living, And the second case I would say I also handled was a case of a young boy, 100 level computer science student, very brilliant boy, and he was involved in drug. He was actually a victim of circumstance because he wasn't actually the owner of those cannabis that were found. And then his father disowned him and abandoned him at NDLA office. So that time court was on vacation, they could not do anything and they retained him there. So I went for my normal the visit to detention facilities, and I saw this young boy, a Hausa boy. But when I speak to him, I engage him, the kind of English that is coming out from that guy's mouth, that the guy is grounded, he's loaded, he's well informed, he's very brilliant, intelligent. And I asked, how did you find yourself here? His story was very pathetic. He was in school. His father was in Sambisa Forest. He's a military officer, and he went on a mission. And he needed money. So they were with friends. One of his friends, Ogbonna, we don't forget that name, Ogbonna Chuku something. He said he was actually looking for a house to rent so that he can stock palm oil and sell it when it's at the appropriate time. So the boy now said his father's house that he bought somewhere, the key is with him, and he actually needed money to go back to school. 4-bedroom flat, he rented it out at 20,000 naira. And this man stocked 3 hillocks of cannabis in that house. So the NDLA got to know about it and they traced the owner of the house, but they learned that the man was not in Sokoto. They waited when the father concluded his mission and came back, and they arrested his father. The father, he tried all he could to explain to them. They arrested his siblings. They brought everybody from the south because he was in school. He was in the dormitory in Sokoto State University. So at the end of the day, they were not finding, the NDLA could not trace anything connecting the family with that cannabis. But drug cases are strict liability cases. So they told the man, even though you're a military officer, there's no how we can set you free. And that was when he dawned on him that he has a son who is in the university. Go and bring your son. They brought him, he denied initially. But when he saw that his father was detained, he now confessed that he actually rented that house. And about some months ago, That same Ogbonna called him and said, look, that house you gave me, I stocked something different there, not palm oil. And the NDLA are found out they are looking for the owner of the house. Me, I've run back to the east. And he kept on trying Ogbonna's number after that. Ogbonna did not pick. So he even show us the text message Ogbonna sent to you that me, I found my square root. You better find how look for how you can get yourself out of the mess. So we saw the message. But then NDLA was insisting that if they can't get Ogbonna, this boy must be charged to court because of the quantity of what they found in that house. And at that point, when I had this story, I met the commander. I told him that I'm ready to offer free legal service to this guy. And jokingly, we started. I told them because I sense he also take those things. So I told them to also enroll him in rehabilitation center of that NDLA, which they did. Now, I tried to convince, it took me 3 months to convince that boy's father to come back and join us to address this issue. He said no, that he has disowned the guy. Yeah, he said he even dashed me the boy, that he dashed me the boy, I should carry him. I said, I will not carry this boy. You are his father. So at the point, I was able to convince the man and he came. So I didn't apply for his bail, but I applied to the court to allow him remain in NDLA custody because he's undergoing rehabilitation. So he remained there. At the end of the day, in fact, this victory, I never saw it coming. I never expected that this guy will be discharged. Justice J.K. Omatosho was the one that handled this case. It was before Justice J.K. Omatosho. And to my surprise, this guy was discharged and acquitted. Yes, on the day of that judgment, I didn't go to court because I thought he would be convicted. Justice Obakoto was not liberal on me. Throughout the trial process, he was somehow harsh on me. You know, he wasn't really friendly throughout the trial. So I was like, this man has already made up his mind, though he's going to convict this guy. So I didn't appear that very day. I was in my office when they called me that, look, this boy was discharged and acquitted. I said, what? I rushed to the court. To my surprise, when Justice Omatoto was delivering his verdict, he asked this guy 12 questions because in our defense, part of the issues we raised was, of course, he's a student. We even tendered his ID card and some of his exam printout and all that. So he asked him, you said you are studying computer science. He said, yes. This man asked him 12 questions and he answered 11 questions correctly. The 12th one, he gave the correct answer. Then he came back and gave wrong answer. He wasn't sure. He first gave the correct answer. Then he came back and gave the wrong answer. And that was how he missed it. Then Justice Omatosho was impressed. You know, Justice Omatosho is one of the judges I admire. He's very brilliant and he's also grounded in every aspect. Think of anything, that man has an idea of what it is. So he was so impressed. And after discharging him, he now paid his school fees for that year. He paid his school fees. He paid the boys' school fees for that year. And also gave him transport fare. So each time I remember that, oh, number one, I was able to reunite a child with his family. And secondly, I was able to rehabilitate somebody and integrate him back to the larger society. Then thirdly, I was able to get him discharged because he was actually innocent. But in most cases, it's not everybody that is innocent that gets discharged. It depends on how it happens and how the case goes. So these are the two cases that anytime I remember, I feel this internal fulfillment that, yes, I've contributed my own quota to the society. I've used this platform, the legal profession, to serve my people in my own way.
Hi, thank you very much, Rashida. The Bogu woman. 001 for a reason.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. I have no doubt you did all those things. Well done. You've been someone I admire so.
I have the video of that boy where after the day he was discharged, he came to my office and he did a video appreciating me and all that. Though I kept it to myself, but I can share it with you so that you listen to him.
Wow, no problem. I'll get that after the program. Yes, moving forward. Rashida, did you have a mentor or a role model who significantly influenced your career, and how did they support you?
Well, I have so many role models. When I joined this profession, there are people I look up to, like Justice Mariam Aloma Muchad, retired. People like Justice Amina Augi. People like I have a lot of them because then when I joined this profession, our former CJ it was a woman, Justice Aisha
Okay.
Dairu. And while I was doing my court attachment, I did it in our court. She was a very principled and strict judge I've ever seen. She doesn't care whether you're a woman or a man. She's so professional. She does everything the right way. So we were in court one day and she denied somebody audience in my presence. And the reason was the lady wore this dangling earring. And she was like, what? What are you? You're coming to case to conduct, you're coming to court to conduct cases. Why are you dressing like this? And to some extent, I think I agree with her. As professionals, as female lawyers, we should be able to distinguish ourselves from other people. Our appearance matters, our conduct matters, our characters, our behavior. So from that time, I pick interest in her that yes, this woman will be a good mentor. And another thing, one of our colleagues was chewing gum in courtroom, and she sent him away. The guy actually sat down, he rested his back on a chair and he was chewing a gum. Back, back. Me, I was even hearing the sound. So the one was like, Rashida, what kind of a lawyer are you aspiring to become? You are sitting close to somebody that was doing something wrong, and you could not even draw that person's attention to the fact that what he was doing was wrong. So you're also going to share in this blame, and you leave my. So he said, even me that I wasn't the one doing it, she sent me away. And trust me, to some people, they will have pick offense that this woman is the. But something made that single act made me realize that she can be a good mentor. And I started visiting her in her office. You know, each time I'm done with my court, I'll branch, I'll visit her. She'll ask me, oh, what did you do today? I did this. I'll ask her questions. She will guide me. From there, I became more interested in the profession. So I would say these are the people. And also, as a young lawyer, I met Professor Yemisi Bangboshe through this MBAWF platform. The person that handed over to Mrs. Chinyere. You know, one thing with
Okay.
mentorship, yes, one thing with mentorship is not about telling people what to do. You also engage them. So she was engaging me in certain activities and activities of MBAWF. I think it was during that time, I was the youngest speaker at one of the MBA annual general conference that was held in, I think, in Port Harcourt that year during
Wow.
was it during Paul Usoro or Akpata? I can't remember. But it was through Professor Yemisi Bamboshe. She felt, oh, as a young lawyer, a young female lawyer that established a law firm, should be given a platform. We can go.
Hmm?
So
Okay.
I think I
Hello,
would say
Rashida.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed with so many good people
Hmm?
around me. I have a lot
Okay.
of them. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes.
So I would say
Go,
I'm
not
blessed with so
audible.
many good people around me, and I have a lot of them that I look up to and that guide me. Up to this moment, anytime I'm having anything, there are people I go to seek advice. And one thing I also want people to know, you must not say because you're a woman, it's only women that will be your mentors. No, I have male mentors that I look up to, like the CJ of my state is one of the people I also go to before once I have something at heart or I'm planning to do something, I go to him and he give me the necessary advice. So I will answer your question by saying that yes, I have mentors, and then I still look up to them.
Hello, Rashida.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All
I think my
right.
network.
Yes, I said I will round up your question by saying that I actually do have mentors, and then they've been doing wonderfully well. In fact, they have contributed so much in whatever I think I am today. And I didn't restrict myself to female mentors alone. I have male
Good.
mentors. Yes. The CJ of my state is one of my mentors. And I will tell you that I don't do anything without going to him. And most of the times, even when I intend to do something and he say, "Oh, Rashida, why not do it this way?" And by the time I do it the way he advised me to, I'll come to realize that, wow, thank God I even spoke to this man. I would have done it a wrong way. And I also have
Wow.
Professor Ibrahim Abdullah SCN, and I have my former principal. These are male lawyers that believe in the potentials of female lawyers, and they want to see female lawyers grow. They want to see female lawyers explore. Sometimes I will begin to tell them, sir, you think I should do this? As a woman, they will say, "Hey, are you not?" In fact, recently I went for a program and I worked with some of the elders of the branch. And one of the elder, a male lawyer, an elder, and he was like, "No, sit here." I said, "Sir, why?" He said, "Because you are my chairman." And I felt a bit embarrassed. I said, "Hey, this old man is standing up, giving me chair." And he's a lawyer, he's a very senior lawyer. But he said, "No, Rashida, forget about your age or your status or maybe your gender. You are the chairman of my branch and you deserve this respect." So I have a lot of me, like I said earlier, I'm blessed to both the women and the male mentors I have, they want to see me grow and they are always supportive.
Hi. Thank you so much. This is very, what will I say? Impactful. Yeah, but Rashida, let us be winding down. How do you balance the demands of your legal career with your personal life? By
Well,
now,
I
I
used
mean
to tell
family.
people that as women, we are, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, can someone hear me? So I used to
Yes.
tell even the young lawyers, the female young lawyers that felt their personal life is deterring them from exploring this profession. I used to tell them that as a woman, you are naturally created to multitask. As a woman,
Yeah.
you are naturally created to multitask. As a woman, you are naturally created to
Yes.
lead. In our houses already, even as a child, you found yourself doing one thing or the other in your house that is as good as you are leading. Especially we that grow up in families where there are gender roles. They will say, okay, woman is to cook, to clean, to do this. That is naturally building you to multitask and to lead. So if you have this nature, if it is in you to do all these things, it will be easier for you also to bring it out. It's just about planning your having balancing it. You're balancing your work with your lifestyle. Okay, for example, now my official closing time is 6 o'clock, and I have to pick my daughter 6 o'clock. But what I did since yesterday, I told her that, look, I won't be able to pick you up today. I'm giving somebody my vehicle to come and pick you. And when I dropped, then I told their school class teacher, Mrs. Nkechi, that by 6 o'clock, don't bother calling me because I may likely be busy, but some person is coming to pick. And by 6, I've already given my car for someone to pick. And sometimes when I will have to cook in the evening, I can decide, okay, I'm closing late today. Let me branch and get something for us to eat. It's just about you being able to navigate your life, your personal life, your family demands through and the legal profession, because one cannot stand still for one. One cannot be excused for one. It has to work concurrently. It has to work together. So it's not work for you. It's left for a woman to balance it. And trust me, only if you are willing to, but every woman can do it. It's not difficult. It's not because it's already in you. Naturally, you have it in you. It's just for you to bring it out and manage it and package it very well. It may be difficult, and that is why it's not meant for lazy people. And I don't believe women are lazy. It depends on how we see ourselves. We are not lazy because even when you decide not to even practice as a lawyer, even if you're working in office, of course, there are times when your family needs will come crashing or clashing with your office needs, and you have to balance it. So Me, I had timetable for everything, and I prepare ahead. So
Good.
every minute, every second, I'm thinking about, okay, I want to do this. What if this thing happened in the next 5 minutes? How am I going? That is why some of my colleagues used to call me a negative thinker. And it's not because I'm thinking negative. I'm a very positive person. But if I'm planning to do something by 7 o'clock, I'm also planning to address it when something happened. How am I going to address it? For example, this meeting that was scheduled for 7 o'clock. Sometimes I used to have my clients, I used to conduct client interview in the evenings when I'm done with my daily activities. And sometimes it extends to evening times like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And at times also, there are clients that me myself would prefer to interview them in the night or maybe by this time. Or anything can come up. So I was telling myself, okay, this meeting that is fixed for 7 o'clock, what if something come up? And I've already prepared on how I'm going to do it. So by the time it come up, it will be easier because I've already prepared ahead of time. So we should always plan our activities and always have a plan B and be ready to embrace challenges. I think the best thing we can do for ourselves as female lawyers is to learn how to embrace challenges because nobody will do it for you. The people around you doesn't even want you to succeed. They don't want to see you doing it. So if you think they will help you, then you are doing yourself. I went to court one day and a male lawyer that I met, my classmates, we met in court. We were having a case. He was on the other side. And I told him that, okay, please, this case will not go on. These are my reasons. We agreed. Only for him to announce appearance and be telling the court that he was ready. But he didn't know that I also prepared that. I don't trust people in this work. So he doesn't know that I had also prepared my mind. And do know that this guy was not prepared. But because I told him that I was not, he wanted to embarrass me. So he stood up and told the court that he was ready. I said, what? He said, okay, no problem. My lord are equally ready.
Good.
And he now looked at me. Didn't you say that you applied for adjournment? I said, no, I'm not ready to adjourn. I'm ready to go on. He now started looking for, he was going through his file and all that. My lord now said, are you not the one that said you are ready? Proceed now. What? He now said, no. My lord, can you please stand on this case? I said, me, I'm not standing on this case. If we are standing on the case, we must adjourn it because I have other matters. Let's adjourn it. And if we are adjourning it, it's going to be at your instance, not at my instance.
Exactly.
Could you believe that this guy was not with the case file? He wasn't with the case file. He came with a wrong file. He came with a wrong file. The case was actually his principal's case. And my principal has already communicated to his principal that we may likely adjourn the matter. So the principal considered and he told him that when you get there, in fact, that was why his principal did not come. He asked him to come and just take adjournment. I never knew there was this conversation between my principal told me that I can, if I know that I can't go on, I can adjourn. But me, I like taking risk. I decided to go on because he decided to embarrass me. So I say, me, for where you can't intimidate me and you can't embarrass. I don't take. So it was when he was going through the file. And I said, my lord, I'm sorry, but I want to tell you that my colleague here came with a wrong case file. He looked at me. I said, yes, look at the cost list. Look at where your name appeared. Look at the case file. He's reading another name. He was shocked. And I now had an opportunity to also embarrass him the way I like. When I started, I said, my lord, with all this respect, I thought this man was ready. I said, how can a lawyer come to court unprepared? He showed that the lawyer is not serious and he does not have any respect for this court. My lord agreed with me because my lord thought I was doing it in good faith. He never knew I was getting back at the man. He said, you see, look at Rashidat. She's always coming to court prepared. And this one, that one. When we came out, the guy looked at me and said, you are a devil. I said, you are the original devil. If I'm a devil, my own is photocopy. You are the original devil. Was that our agreement before we enter courtroom? So all these things happen, and then we have to be prepared.
Yeah, sure.
The
in conclusion, how do you
profession,
encourage the next generation of female lawyers to dream big and act bold? How do you encourage them?
Well, I think one good thing that worked for me, and I encourage female lawyers to also work with, is number one, you need to believe in yourself. Don't seek validation. Believe in yourself,
Thank you.
and also be willing to be laughed at. Be willing to be mocked. Be willing to make mistakes.
Thank you.
Be willing to take risk, and also be determined to put in your best. Now, while you are doing all this, you should also try to seek mentorship, because no matter how brilliant you are, there are certain decisions you need somebody advice before you take it. There are certain things that, because of lack of experience, you may end up messing yourself. So at least as a female lawyer or aspiring female lawyer, number one thing, you believe in yourself, work hard, and be determined to make it. No, don't give excuses. Another thing that worked for me is that throughout my stay with my principal, I've never said, because I'm having menstrual pain today, I will not come to office. Oh, because my son is a... No, I don't. Even if I have to give an excuse of not coming to office, I don't link it up with my personal life.
Good.
I don't link, because the time will come where there are opportunities for you. They will say, this one, she's married. And before you know it, she will say, her husband, this one, or her son, this one, or menstrual pain, or pregnancy. I've never used pregnancy as an excuse. I appeared before Justice Aikawa at the Federal High Court on Thursday, and I had my last born on Friday.
Wow.
In fact, the lawyer, we had the case together. When he saw me, he said, this woman, don't you take rest? I said, I'm not tired now. He was like, no, that's not the rest I'm taking. You are supposed to be on maternity leave. I said, maternity leave care. First of all, they find food job. You know, we just laugh over it. And to my surprise, that Thursday evening, I started labor. So you don't use your personal life or career, or to give excuses in your career. As a human being, there are times when you will break down. There are times when you will not be available. But please don't be using things that are too personal. Because I know of a law firm that does not employ female lawyers. And when I confronted him, he told me that, no, before you come and employ somebody now tomorrow, you say her husband did not allow her to come out, or she's having menstrual pain, or this one. That's why he doesn't. And to some extent, it do happen. But I don't think it's the right thing to do as a woman. Look for another excuse, but not those excuses. Look for another excuse, but not those excuses, and so many things like that. Another thing is, we should always learn to be available. I became the chairman of my branch, not by mistake. For those that followed that election period, you realize that I won that election with 2 votes. I contested against a male lawyer as a secretary. I was the first female secretary also of my branch. I contested against a male lawyer and an indigent for that matter, and I won hands down. Like, I got 36 votes, he got 6 votes. Hello?
I can hear you. Oh, wow. Wow, Rashida. Wow.
Hello?
I can hear you.
I want to talk about availability and accessibility.
Yes.
As a young lawyer, especially a female lawyer, please make yourself available for opportunities. Make yourself, even when it's not paying, there's no sacrifice that goes unrewarded. It may not be apparent. It may not be apparent. It may not be now, but definitely you will get the reward where you least expected. When as a young lawyer, I was always attending MBA meetings. I was available to take up leadership positions, committee leadership, this one, that one. I was always there. And I was doing it free of charge. I was making some people used to think I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have work. She's always everywhere. And if they say this one, I'll be available. I want to do it. And I was accessible. You can't call me and say I didn't pick. If I don't pick, I'll return your call and I will text you. So, and if I knew people were observing these things, when I came out to contest for secretaryship, against a male lawyer and an indigent for that matter, I got 36 votes. He got 6 votes. The election, the campaign process was tough. There's no name they did not call me. In fact, they said a lot of worse things about me. But then, most people that supported me were saying that, but where were these people when this woman was doing this, when this lady was doing, those people that I thought I was doing it and nobody was noticing it were the things that worked for me. Those were the things that my people used to campaign for me. We didn't insult anybody. We were just objective in our campaign. We weren't even making promises. We were just telling them what we've done this, she has done this, we have a lot to tell, to show them. And when I came out to contest for chairmanship too, because when I was given the opportunity to serve as a secretary, I didn't relent. Even though I had no intention of contesting, I didn't relent. Because I was always telling myself, as the first female lawyer to become the secretary of this branch, if you messed up, it means you have blocked the chances of other female lawyers. They will say, a female lawyer was given secretary for the first time, she failed. So I was putting in extra effort to ensure that I came up with initiative that profiled the branch. I came up with so many things, and people were like, this is the best secretary we've had. In fact, some people even went to the extent of saying that I was doing better than, and like the secretary was like doing everything. She was the engine room. She was like outshining the chairman and all that. So when it was time for election, I was on my own. No, young lawyers came and said, no, with this thing that you have done as the secretary, please come and serve as the chairman. I said, what? In Sokoto? I won't dare it. Like, I never saw it coming. These guys insisted. Before you know it, they started consulting elders of our branch, male elders. And one of the former attorney general of Sokoto State, I won't forget, he's one of the eldest lawyers we have. He now called me and asked me that these young lawyers came to me that they made this proposal and you said you are not interested. Why? I said, sir, this is Sokoto and I'm a woman. Even as a secretary, I know what I went through. He said, if you have other reasons why you don't want to contest, I will agree. But the issue of you being a woman is not an excuse at all. He said, he told me to my face that I don't have an excuse being a woman, that as a woman, I've done this, I've done that. And why would you say you cannot lead as a chairman? I said, sir, I'm not saying I can't lead, but will you people allow a woman to lead? He said, when we allow a woman to be the secretary, what's the difference? It's like promotion. And you deserve to be promoted. I said, okay, sir. Will you support me? He said, I promise you my support 1,000%. We laugh over it. And that was when I decided to go to the CJ also. I told the CJ, this is the CJ said, are you not the secretary? I said, yes. I said, you perform better now. Why not go for? I said, my lord. So I said, no, that Rashida, I gave you 100% support because I know you can do it. Now, all of them were now saying that they know I can do it. They know I can do it. And I went back home. I was, okay, how did they know I can do it? And I went back memory lane. The positions I've had, MBA, Mulan, and this. I said, okay, no wonder. And the CJ told me, say, Rashida, I don't think there's any better candidate than you. It's not because I'm your mentor, but because we've seen what you are capable of doing. You make things happen. And that is what I always tell female, any opportunity you have, even if there's no money in that place, make an imprint so that even when you are not there, the person that is coming must know you before you can build on your legacy. Leave an imprint, make impact, positive impact. And that is why even when I emerged as the chairman, I didn't relax. In fact, the way I work now in the I don't want to go deep so that I don't look like I'm praising myself, but it's obvious. Now they are telling me that I should come for a second time. People are calling for amendment of the bylaw. I said the branch does not have the branch does not have that power to amend the bylaw. Even that national is just 2 years. A lot of people are coming, even on the platform, you see them calling for a nomination that they should just consent, they should write to the NBA president that they've agreed to have me for the same. I say, even me, I don't want it. Even me, I don't want that second term. So let's leave it like that. I think these are the basic things that work for me. And I would say young female lawyers should also try and emulate that and bring in their own initiative also. I'm not the best. I'm not perfect. There are people that are doing better than me. So learn from those people. This is my own little way. Then you can learn from other people too and combine it together and explore the legal profession. The legal profession is one of the best places you can be. Legal profession for me is like is a place where it stands for justice. It stands for problem solving. It stands for speaking for the people. And if, as a female lawyer, You think you don't belong here, then you are getting it wrong, because women are marginalized. Women are the most vulnerable people in this country and even in the world. And we need women that will be bold enough to fight those discriminations, to fight those biases, to fight stereotypes in our community. No man will go out and do it for you. We have men that will do it, and they are very few. But it doesn't make any sense for a man to come out and say, okay, I'm trying to get justice for a woman, and there are other women somewhere sleeping. They are not coming to support that man. I think we should be in the war front, then the man will follow. The men will
Thank
follow
you.
rather. So thank you so much.
I don't even know how to start to appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. The day is fast spent, the night is fast spent. But I will entertain 2 comments. Please, if you want to say something, raise up your hand. I will mute you and you will ask your question or make a comment so that we'll call it a quit. Anybody? Raise up your hand. Okay. Sumaya Yusuf. Okay. Sorry. Can you unmute yourself, Sumaya? Unmute yourself and make your comment. Sumaya Yusuf. Any other person? You can raise up your hand and ask your question. Sumaya, I saw your hand up before now. Any other person? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm so excited to be here. So excited. And
Wow.
it's a privilege for me joining this program today, being with Rashidat Mohammed, being the guest speaker.
Thank you so much.
I want to say to Rashidat Mohammed, Barrister Rashidat Mohammed, rather, I'm sorry for calling you Rashidat Mohammed earlier on. That I've been following your page, your Facebook page for a while now, and me not knowing anything about you, but things I've seen so far inspired me so much, and I was looking for an opportunity that will hear things about Barrister Rashida Mohammed, and I will say thank God for today. And I really appreciate you for responding to my message earlier on Facebook while I wanted to get through to this program. My question here is, what kind of programs will you encourage a female lawyer, a female aspirant rather, to be engaging themselves as students and upcoming lawyer, like programs?
Okay, Rashida, I will yield the floor to you, but let me welcome my Lord Ngozi Kaoji. My Lord, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, my Lord. Thank you.
Congratulations on this program.
Thank you, my Lord.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, my Lord. Okay, Rashida, any other question? So that we'll take it together. Any other question or comment?
Thank you,
question?
Sumaya. And yes, Sumaya, are you there? Please feel free to call me Rashida. My name is Rashidat Mohammed, and that's how I address myself. I don't put barrister, ESQ, all those ones. I don't put it. So don't feel guilty why you call me Rashidat Mohammed. That's my name. And for your question, I think they said nobody has the monopoly of knowledge. Even if you are not a female lawyer, ordinarily it is it is advisable that you always uh, have programs for your personal growth, attend programs like seminars, workshops, read books, law-related books. for lawyers. And also, Sumaya, I will encourage you to always look out for programs like this, because from there, learning they said the best teacher is the experience also. I don't know whether I'm right, but there are things that you don't get to learn from books. By listening to people in programs like this, we also encourage you and we put you on track. Where this program, I was the one that posted, I think I posted the flyer this evening, just this evening on my Facebook page. Then she started me that if there's a link, she would like to join the program. I was already in when I sent her the link on Facebook. So it shows that you are committed to learning, and then I will advise you keep it up, and God will see you through. From what you sent to me on Facebook, I think you said you are a law student of, I don't know whether it was Danfudo University, but I saw something like you are a law student. And I'm glad as a law student, you are picking interest in programs like this. Even in the Faculty of Law, we used to have programs of this nature. I've participated in several programs of this nature, and I've gone there as speakers. But to my surprise, you see that if you're having about 200 students, you'll be seeing like 60. Sometimes they are not even up to 60. So we encourage you not to be like them. Please try and look at even online courses also. Before you graduate from the Faculty of Law, you can also decide to enroll yourself for online courses, law-related courses, to have some certificate. And another thing I want you to also take at heart is be willing to volunteer for legal clinic. Last year, I had a program with Faculty of Law students. We were having, I think, international, not last year, 2024, International Human Rights Day programs. And for the whole 10 days, the law student collaborated with my office and we went to prison. We offer some legal services. We established a clinic in the prison where we even secure release of some of these inmates. So you can involve yourself in, because all these things we expose you to the practical aspect of the legal profession. Whatever you are going to learn in the faculty is mostly the theoretical part, and also in the law school, you may not necessarily be exposed to the practical aspect of the profession, except when you are doing your attachment. But the attachment will not give you the opportunity to be fully involved. You are just going there to sit down and talk. But those activities that will give you the opportunity to get involved, you can join the moot court programs of your faculty. It gives you a platform to express yourself, to practicalize what is actually happening outside the faculty, and it will also build your confidence. There are lawyers, female lawyers today that cannot stand and address even the court. They find it difficult because they don't have self-esteem, they don't have that confidence. And it's not their fault, it's because they were not exposed to such things while they're in the university. So I will also advise you to try and engage yourself with those practical aspects of the law, right from the university and even outside the faculty of law. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Rashida. Thank you for this. Do we call it night? Okay, while I wait. Okay. Auntie Nona, do you want to say something? Hello? Okay. In no particular order, I want to say, okay. Chinelo, okay, unmute yourself and talk. Let us conclude. Unmute. Chinelo, unmute yourself. Okay. Yes.
Already done that already. Yeah. Good evening, my learned my lords and your worship in the house. Greatly appreciate this opportunity, to enlighten us, the young lawyers that are just starting out in our profession. Most of the times, the spirit of the law that we got from the law school, as we are starting out and see how difficult it seemed at the beginning. At some point, it starts waxing cold, but a program like this, especially this one, it has lighted up the light again. Like it has lighted up the flames that was dying off in us. I greatly appreciate, because this meeting, this webinar now has opened my eyes that most of the times, even when I think it is impossible to achieve, that it is very much possible when the necessary effort is being put in, and the results can actually come out the way you least expected. And also, I've also learned the strategies applied when our guest speaker Rashidat said that she applied the strategies of connecting medias. There are some circumstances. There's one matter involving DSS that I've come across. So it was so difficult navigating through. So when she mentioned in engaging the media, it was actually the step we tried taking that time, but I wasn't courageous. But at the end of the day, once they got the hint that a media would be engaged, they acted so fast, and the man was granted bail while the matter was still pending. A lot I have learned this evening, and I appreciate the NBA Women Forum for this meeting.
All right.
I'm so happy and encouraged to our guest speaker and the organizers. It's in a way that,
Thank you.
as an office where you rarely access law reports to read, either to make your researches, and then online now, if you want to access some law reports, you will be required to pay for you to access it. I want to know, is there any other means? Is it just leaving the law firm and going to another law firm? Because financial stability of a young lawyer is always difficult to secure online subscription, the like of Law Pavilion and the rest. Is there any other means we can access law reports that can help us in our researches as young lawyers? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rashida, I think I'm going to help in that question because I can relate to that question. Chinelo, thank you very much. But before I go on, I want to appreciate and welcome the Chief Registrar of the Customary Court of Appeal, Ebonyi State, Chief Magistrate Nene Mechebe. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, Chief. Chinelo, with respect to the law reports, some law firms actually, and to be sincere, may not be up to date with the books. But when I was in practice, when I was working with Kebi Obaleke and Co, God bless his soul, we had a lot, and other lawyers come to our chambers to read. They come to our chambers to read. And I know a good number of law firms in Abakaliki here that are very much up to date with books, that if you go to their chambers to do research, they will not send you away. They will not. I know it is capital intensive, but where there is a will, there is a way. Walk into any law firm, ask your friends. Some of them have good libraries. Walk into that. I want to do a research. You can go in and do your research. While we hope things will get better and you start having your own. But as it stands, the ones you can't get through with browsing, walk into a law firm and you get your Nigerian Wiki Law reports and you will do your research, or go to the library in court and your research will be done. Auntie Dela,
And
just joined us.
Aside from that also, like in my own jurisdiction here, sometimes we go to the Federal High Court to conduct our research. They have a big library and it's up to date. So if you can't get it in law firms, you can even go to the courts.
Yes, exactly. Auntie Delayo is here, the alternate chair of Nigerian Bar Association Women Forum. Auntie, welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're already rounding up what we will need to hear from you so that to conclude. Hello, Auntie Delayo. Can we hear from you as of the...
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I was just trying to unmute. Good evening, everyone. I must apologize that I came in late. It's getting ready for the AGC 2026 in Kano. So it's been one meeting after the other trying to get publicity ready. I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful discussion. I am looking forward to listening to the video after the end of the session. So thank you so much, and I bring glad tidings from my boss, Huela Mohammed Ibrahim, and the ESCO. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Sia, Chief, can you talk to us?
Yes,
Give us a
well,
parting word.
good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. I also came in late, but at least the last question you actually answered it. I wanted to just suggest that in Ebony State Customary Court of Appeal, we have an up-to-date library. We have up-to-date indexes. So if you're a lawyer based in Abakaliki, you're free to walk into our library. We don't charge any money. You just sit quietly and go through the law reports. And then also the High Court has library too. So either you go to the High Court library or you come to the Customary Court of Appeal library, you're free. You get the law reports, Ghani, Nigerian weekly law reports. You get it free, you sit down, you read. And I think you're even allowed to borrow, but you have to put down your name and then they'll give you a time when you return. And when you return, you sign off again and borrow another one, So I don't think not having the money to buy should be what should stop you from having access to law reports. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you, Chief. My Lord Ngozi Kaoji, can you give us a parting word?
Your Worship.
My Lord.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for your commitment to these programs. Because there's nothing like, mentorship of younger lawyers. And hearing from people who have had a bit of experience in the field, especially the women lawyers. Because it's the legal profession, like most other, serious professions, had before now been dominated by men. So the women are the new entrants into the field, and so we need to support each other. So I thank you for creating this platform, and I thank resource person, the chairman of MBA, Sokoto, that was able to share her experiences and give insights, on, how young lawyers and people on mid-level and all that can make the most of the resources that are available to them. I was especially impressed with her, when she shared the experience she had with volunteering. So most of the time our young lawyers will say, oh, they don't pay. But it is better to volunteer to do a job and gain the experience than to stay idle. So it is only when you volunteer, it is better that you're paid, though, if you can get the job or get to do a project and you're paid and well remunerated. That is the ideal situation. But in situations where the remuneration is not forthcoming immediately, it is wise to volunteer your services, and then when you have added value, you discover that people, the next time such a project is done, they'll be looking out for you. And after a while, you start earning from it. You see, if you don't try, you don't succeed. So it's important that we try, to give of our best in any situation, whether remunerated or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my Lord. Thank you, everyone that joined us. I may not call you one by name, but I'm seeing all of you, and I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. And the February edition will be very special. Don't just guess who I'm going to bring, because I know who I'm going to bring. So thank you very much, and please do have a good night's sleep. Thank you. You can unmute and say bye-bye or good night.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Susie.
That's
Thank you, Chinelo. Lena, thank you. Ogochukwu, thank you. Chinelo, thank you. Cindy, thank you. Kimanem, thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Joyce, thank you, sis. Thank you. Jacinta, thank you so much, darling. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.